Here are 36 bizarre child names around the world that we bet you did not know about. Like our video and subscribe to our channel if you find our content useful. Nutella. A judge in France ruled that this name was not allowed, not because of copyright laws, but because it would make her the target of derision. Phrase. A court ruled that a baby girl could not be named Phrase, which means strawberry. They said it could be construed as the slang word for ass. Prince William. Another set of French parents tried to pass Prince William off as a first name, but were rejected because it would lead to a childhood of mockery. IKEA. The ones who wanted to name their baby IKEA found out Sweden won't let you name your baby after the company. Saint. In New Zealand, where you can't give your kids names that resemble official titles, disappointed parents had this name rejected by the government in 2019. 3. There's no problem if you want to give your child a spelled-out number or even silly name, but remember your child has to live with it, says Jeff Montgomery. Prince, King, and Royal. Parents in New Zealand tried to give their children regal-sounding names. Prince, King, and Royal were the most commonly rejected names in 2018. Full stop. New Zealand's restrictions on putting punctuation in names didn't prevent one set of parents from trying to name their child a single period. Akuma. Parents in Japan wanted to name their child Akuma, which means devil, but rejected. Facebook. Officials in Mexico released a list of names that were rejected by the government because they could lead to bullying, and Facebook was in it. Linda. In Saudi Arabia, certain names are banned because they were not in line with social traditions. Tom. Portugal also has rigid regulations about what it allows in names, and one of those rules is that you can't use nicknames or alternate spellings. Thor. Portugal also forbids non-Portuguese names, and it has an 82-page list of names that have been banned. Thor is included on the list. Snake. In 2006, Malaysia tightened restrictions on what names would be allowed in that country, and Hokkien Chinese Uchuor, which means snake, made the list. Apple and Violet. Also in Malaysia, in addition to animal names, they frown upon other natural names, like names that come from fruits or flowers. Harriet. Iceland's naming committee requires names to be spelled and conjugated in Icelandic, so when a girl named Harriet applied for a passport, she was told she couldn't get one. Camilla. You know what letter isn't in the Icelandic alphabet? C, so any C names are a non-starter in that country. Friday. When parents in the country named their son Venerdì, the Italian word for Friday, the courts ruled and ordered it changed. Molly and Monkey. In Denmark, Molly was initially rejected because of its unusual spelling, monkey because it was an animal and not a name. Islam, Quran, and Mecca. Officials in Western China cracked down on Muslim names in a move that was widely criticized as a restriction on religious freedom. At the rate. According to Mental Floss, this name was also rejected in China because symbols are not allowed in names. Mercedes and Chanel. Brand names are also not allowed in Switzerland. If it's already a car or a handbag, you have to find something else. Judas. Switzerland also puts a stop to religious names that cause kids undue harm, which is why Judas gets rejected. Lucifer. Parents in Germany tried this one, arguing that the word was Latin for light bringing, but the Association for the German Language called it inappropriate. Schmitz. Germany also rejects last names as first names, especially if they're as popular as Schmitz. Peppermint and Stone. Peppermint was rejected because it might cause ridicule, and stone because a child cannot identify with it, because it is an object and not a first name. J. In Switzerland, one letter is not enough. When parents tried to honor two grandparents, Johanna and Joseph, with the name J, court rejected it. Wolf. Parents in Spain were so riled up when the name they picked for their son, Lobo, meaning wolf, was considered offensive that they started an online petition in their defense. Gesher. A mother in Norway was told she was not allowed to name her son Gesher, which means bridge in Hebrew. Sarah. In Morocco, Sarah is banned because the spelling is too Hebrew. Parents would have to opt for Sarah, the more Arabic version. Duke. When you think of the name Duke, People like Duke Ellington or Winston Duke may come to mind, but in Australia, that name is a no-no.
Diamond and Jinx.
Hungary maintains a list of approved names, and each month receives requests for new names. Diamond and Jinx were requested, but didn't make the cut.
Ivory.
In the late 90s, parents in Quebec were asked to change their baby's name because it was too similar to Ivory soap.
Jose. California does not allow accent or diacritical marks on its vital records.
Jose would officially be Jose.
Legislation has been introduced to change this law. 1069.
When a North Dakota man wanted to legally change his name to 1069, the North Dakota Supreme Court and Minnesota Supreme Court both say names can't be numbers.
Tallulah does the hula from Hawaii.
In New Zealand, when Tallulah does the hula from Hawaii turned 9 and complained about her name in a family court hearing, her parents actually lost custody of her. If you like our content, please consider supporting our channel on Patreon with as little as $5 donation. The link is in description.
Please subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos.